welcome back to this Christian Walk podcast, the show where no topic is too taboo to empower you on your walk with God. I'm your host, Marley B, and it's my privilege to welcome you back to season 7. In this month of February 2026, we are celebrating Kingdom Love all month. In today's conversation, I'm going to introduce you to my favorite high school sweethearts. So let's get into it right now.
Walk with me, talk with me. What you know about God? Will He ride with me? Come and open my eyes for me. Hear my story. Show me more what's in store. And once more, listen, homie, can you walk with me? Talk with me. What you know about God? Will He ride with me? Come and open my eyes for me. Hear my story. Show me more what's in store. And once more, listen, homie, can you walk? Can you walk? Let's walk.
Danielle and Allen, Grease, and welcome to this Christian Walk podcast.
Thank you. Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, look, Al, what's up? What's up, Al?
You all right?
I'm so good. I'm so good. Listen, I finally got you guys back on here. Okay, I got you guys on here, right?
Yeah.
Because
It's our first time.
Yeah.
it's your first time on here, but the reason why I feel like it's something that's been in the making for so long because y'all was supposed to be on that last season, right?
Okay.
Remember that 3 years ago? And when I went on hiatus, I love you, Dee Dee, because you was one of those people that was like, when you bring the show back? Because me and Al gonna come on. When you bring the show back, you were one of those people that kept me with the show on my mind, like don't let it, diminish into nothing. You're
Yeah,
bringing
because
it
me and
back.
my mom, we were calling each other back and forth. Did Marley say when she gonna put the show back on yet?
She was another one. She was, shout out to my big cousin Belinda. She was another one. Like, I missed the show. I was learning from the show. When is the show coming back? But I appreciate that because I needed that encouragement. I needed to know that people, were, getting something from it, So I appreciate that. And you are true to your word because the show is back and you and Al are here. And I want to listen. I want to formally introduce you guys, but I'm going to give you guys a chance to introduce yourselves. But these are my cousins, TCW fam, and I'm so happy that they are here. So now I'm going to give you a chance to introduce yourselves.
Okay, well, I'm Dee Dee. I'm Marley's cousin. I'm a labor and delivery nurse and a mom of 3 and his wife.
What up? I'm Alan. I'm also Marlena's cousin. I'm a corrections officer, a dad of 3, and her husband.
Ah, y'all practice that?
No,
We haven't practiced at all.
I haven't practiced at all. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is a show about real people, talking about having real talks, displaying real faith. So I appreciate the fact that y'all unscripted right now, but I love the fact that y'all in tune, which brings me to the reason that I wanted you guys here. Right? I wanted to talk to you guys because you guys have a love that is just very inspirational to me. It's always been a very sweet love. It has always been a love that makes you be like, oh, I just love them. You just love them. And you just love that, all of the kids that you guys have just brought forth and you're raising all together. And that and the important thing and the most significant thing to me, I think, is that you guys started so young.
Yeah.
And that's the rare thing because you don't see people who are like, these guys are genuine high school sweethearts. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right? Genuine high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
You got married.
Yeah.
How old were you when you got married?
22 when we got married. We met
22.
at 15.
You said what?
15. We met at
Met
15.
at 15 and got married at 22. I'm so happy to say I feel real connected with y'all wedding day. You know why, right? Because
It was your
they got
birthday.
married on my birthday. It was my 30th birthday, and I will never forget when you guys got married. First of all, that the wedding was off the hook, right? We had a ball the whole weekend. Okay,
It was a party.
the whole weekend was just a blast.
It was a party.
But
We kind of did like an Indian wedding. It was a whole weekend event.
Yeah.
It was, Yes, it was a great time. And it was like the celebration of love was so appropriate, right? It wasn't something that
Mhm.
it was like everybody that was there knew that this love was going to be forever.
Mhm.
We all nobody doubted that you guys would be still sitting here 16 years later, still in
Mhm.
love, still thriving, still walking in God's promise over your
Mhm.
union. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So the fact that we knew that then, and none of it has diminished, and none of us. I mean, you guys had a big wedding, and we
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
we
knew.
did. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
all knew, and we all still know. That is a beautiful thing. But a lot of times when you see people who have those kind of relationships, you just say, "Oh, wow, it's perfect." And you don't think about the perils of it, the challenges of
Mhm.
it,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
That you got here. And
Mhm.
I'm not saying, "Hey, tell us the truth about it," because it really isn't
Right.
perfect. But
Right.
let's be real about the fact that it takes work to get what you guys have built.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
But let's start at the very beginning. At 15, what was it like? I have to know what because this is something I don't know about you guys. And I
Mhm.
am just being super nosy and just want to put
It's
another
a funny
piece to the
story too. It's a
Is
funny
it? Go
story.
ahead and tell me the story about how you met.
You want me to
You
tell it?
go. Yeah. You. Yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of like a two-parter.
Mhm.
So we met at a bus stop. We didn't go to the same high school. I had somebody tell me one time, we're not real high school sweethearts because we didn't go to the same high school. But I used to catch the bus at Eastland Mall because I lived on the west side of Detroit, but I went
Uh-huh.
to school on the east side of Detroit. That was my mom's plan in trying to keep me away from boys, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So, so I used to catch the bus all the way to the east side every day. And my bus stop was at Eastland Mall. And one day, me and my friend, it was like April, and we were huddled up together because it was a cold April day, and we were kind of huddled together. And Alan gets off a bus to come to the bus stop, and we all seen him. And at the time, he was about 6'2". He wasn't as tall as he is now, and he had. Did you have the Lakers outfit on that day?
Mhm.
Yep, he had this Lakers Letterman jacket on with the matching Lakers Nikes. And me and my friends looking at each other, and I'm bold. I've never been shy. And so I told him to come cuddle with us to warm us up. And when he went to sit down, he sat next to my other friend. And I'm like, no, come sit over here next to me. And he was shy, so he didn't say anything. So when our bus came, he got on his bus and I got on my bus because he caught a different bus than I did. And then it was a month later, right?
Exactly about a month
It
later.
was exactly about a month later because it was my best friend's 16th birthday. And I'm sitting in the back of the bus with another friend, and I see him get on the bus. And at the time, I didn't know it was the same guy from a month before. But again, he had,
Can you tell us what happened for us to have met up?
oh,
I had detention and
oh,
you were
yeah.
staying over late. So
Yeah.
it was like,
We both were on a different bus. So we both were catching a bus that we don't normally catch. And that's
Uh-huh.
how we ended up on the same bus. You had detention
yeah. So
and I stayed back because another one of my friends, I used to braid hair in high school. So another one of my friends wanted me to braid her hair for my best friend's birthday party because they were all getting into a limo for her sweet 16. And I missed the limo ride. And so I had to catch the bus home.
so it's
So
crazy.
neither one of us was supposed to be on that bus.
It's crazy.
And
Wow.
so I'm late for my normal bus. So I'm like, okay, I gotta catch an alternative bus to get home now. And I'm sitting on the back of the bus and he gets on. And I tell my friend Latara, I was like, say something to him. She's like, well, what am I supposed to say to him? I was like, I don't know. I was like, ask him if he have batteries. And yeah, and so we were 15. I don't know. And so and so I'm thinking because at the time, although before Al, I had never really been interested in boys. I never had a boyfriend or anything. But boys always tried to talk to me, always tried to get my number. So in my head, I knew that if he saw me, he would at least ask for my number or something. And I would have the opportunity. So he turns around, my friend asks him if he has batteries, and he like, no, I don't have any batteries. And then And then he turns back around and doesn't say anything. And I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? And so I'm like, I know he
What?
saw
The
me.
battery line didn't hook him? What?
No,
Oh, I was
girl,
shy.
wait. And so then Marley, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe if I look at him, because my eyes are green. So I'm like, okay, if I look at him, he really gonna notice me. So I'm staring, I'm waiting for him to look. And he did glance back, but he still never said
She's like,
anything to me.
she's like this.
Staring at, yeah. I'm like,
She's like this.
I don't
Like,
understand.
you
I'm
got
like,
to get these
I'm like,
green eyes.
oh man, like what? So
And I'm like, he won't say anything. So what did I do?
she said, if I gave you my number, would you call me? And I said, yeah, I'll call you. So that's how it happened.
Yep. And the rest is history.
Wow. And the
Yeah.
rest is history.
Mhm.
Right. So you were just like really the super shy giant Al?
I was.
He still is.
I was.
Right. Al, yeah, in certain situations, Al will get extra loose, but it's rare.
Yeah, I have
It
to.
is-
I have to be comfortable with you. I have to.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still. Yeah. Very
Like,
shy here when it comes to
on
that.
behalf of the people that you're comfortable around, we love you
Uh-huh.
because it is
Yeah.
so worth the wait of getting close to you to see the whole Al because
Yeah.
it's never a
Mhm.
dull moment, right? And then I have to go ahead and put this little insert in here because you see it says Cap and Dee Dee on this bottom third under them,
Mhm.
right? And I dubbed Alan a long time ago Captain America. And I straight up answered that like Cap. You like, yep. I've been calling you that so long. And when y'all popped up and it said Cap and Dee Dee, I was like, oh, this
Because
is
that's what, when you text me, you only refer to him as Cap.
Yeah.
that's Cap.
Yeah.
He always Cap. So if people wonder why it's like we're saying Alan, but it says Cap, is because I call him Captain America. He's gonna always be Captain America to me. Okay. All right. Just so people,
Cool
just in
with
case
me.
the people are wondering that.
That's cool with me.
But so at this time, right? You guys met each other. You started talking on the phone and things of that nature, right?
Mhm.
But were you both living on the west side?
I was on the east side.
He was on East.
You lived on the
we
east
were
side.
far. Yeah, I lived
were
on the
far
east
from each
side. We were
other.
far from each other.
Yeah, we only got to see each other at the bus stop, and my mom was very old fashioned and strict,
Mhm.
so he couldn't even really call. So that same day, I gave him my number before my route home. It used to take me like an hour and 20 minutes to get home. So by the time I made it home, my mom was like, "A boy called for you," and I'm like,
I don't.
I don't know who that is. Like, I'm trying to play it
I
off.
called you the first day.
You called me. You called me the first day.
I
He
you
called
like
me
a
as soon as he
day
got in the house. As soon as I got home, my mom was like, "A boy called the house for you today."
after.
So
Yeah.
yes,
called you the
you
same
did.
day?
Yeah.
Okay, I did.
Yeah.
You,
probably.
the green
And-
eyes got you. It's okay. You can admit it.
Yeah.
I was working my hardest.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the first boy I'm actually interested in, and he's not saying anything to me. What's going on here?
Well, that show you how
Okay.
interested I was.
And
If I
and-
called you.
and so even when he would call me, my mom would only let us talk on the phone for like 5 minutes at a time. So and then of course we got to talk like if she worked like weekends or picked up overtime, we could talk like all day long because she wouldn't be at home. So we used to sneak and have our like 2-hour conversations and stuff, but our dating for a long time was just telephone conversations or meeting each other at the bus stop briefly before we had to go home.
Wow. And now, what was your examples of love at that point, right? Because the people in our lives, the relationships we see, they help to shape us, right?
Mhm.
So I know like you, Alan, you had like a 2-parent household,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
Dee Dee, you had a single mom,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
so kind of talk about the dynamics of how you grew up as far as the love examples that you had.
So my examples of love were familial love. I never paid attention to like romantic love because I didn't see it in my house. So I didn't know that I was missing out on witnessing that. But our family was really close. And you know that, Marley. Like
Yeah.
my first cousin lived in the house with me. My mom's sister lived in the house with us. One of my other aunts lived with us, so we loved each other as a family. So that was my example of love. And so when me and Alan started dating, I kind of loved him in that way. And I think when you start a relationship so young, it's you build on that kind of relationship. It's almost like loving a sibling, but then you gain romantic feelings, which is of course different than your siblings. And so
Mhm.
me and Alan, you know, we built a romantic relationship with each other.
Mhm.
Mm. And
Yeah,
Al?
and like you said, yeah, it was my mom and dad. I had them. I had my grandparents also. So like in the back of my head, I think I was always like looking for that. Like I knew that I was gonna find somebody, and that's just what you did. Like you're gonna find somebody, and I'm gonna get married, and I'm gonna have kids, and I'm gonna start my life. So
Mm.
that's I didn't know I was looking for that until I found it. You know, so
Mm.
but that's what kinda just seeing that, it kinda just showed me like this is what you're supposed to do,
And see,
and
man, I was
and I
complete. I
fell in
grew,
love in the
yeah,
process, so
I could grow. I was completely. I never thought about getting married or having kids. My plan was to I was gonna go to Spelman, then I was gonna go to John Hopkins Medical School, I was gonna live in New York, I was gonna have somebody do my I was gonna have a laundry service. I've never thought about, like, getting married and having kids. That just wasn't a thought in my head until, like, 2 weeks after we started dating, he, like, told me he was in love with me, and yes.
I knew.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna play, yeah, I
Yeah.
knew, so,
How did you know?
why mess around with it? It it was probably after the first couple times we talked, I've talked to, like, girls on the phone before, and yeah, but she was the only one to where she said, "So what do you see yourself in the future? What do you plan on doing?" And just talking about, my plans and goals and all this other stuff. And I was like, you know what? She the one. I
At
think I'm
15.
at
At
15.
50
Yeah,
Danielle was born with a planner
she
attached to
was.
her hand.
And
You came out with with
and
a
I didn't
planner, yeah,
and I
already
think it
filled
was
out.
a part of me not having that. I didn't have a lot of structure when it came to that, as far as at that
Mhm.
point, my like discipline and like planning stuff and all that. So it was kind of like, it's like, I like this. I like where her mindset is, and I think she's the one. That's what
This gonna be
I
my
told
wife.
myself that. Yep, I
Right.
said it's gonna be
And
my
for
wife.
you to get and for you to know that, like, you know it from, the household that you grew up in. But
Hmm.
did you have a lot of peers that thought like that?
No, they would
Right.
say you crazy.
Mhm.
They say you crazy,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah. We've always had a lot of, like, I won't say backlash, I don't know what the right word is, but
Mm.
our friends have always been like,
Yep.
why is this it? Like,
Hmm.
Yeah.
what about other people? Like, what about something different?
Hmm.
Or wanted us to experience something different. But it was I'm a huge
Yeah, I was
Friends.
good.
I'm a huge Friends nerd. So it's kind of like when Phoebe talks about you find your lobster at the bottom of the ocean and you lock claws and you just go, and that's
Not Phoebe.
and that's kind of what it was for us. It was like we met each other and it all made sense.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And it was like you don't feel comfortable without your person. Even when because I did go away to school and I did, I don't say leave him because we were still together and we would talk on the phone and he would visit me. But I did leave and go away to school, but it was still like something was missing.
Mm. And so when did you get there? Here we know it took Al 2 weeks, right? So when did you get there, Dee? When did you get there?
Honestly,
I know it was a lot longer than that.
it was a lot
Yeah.
longer. So I think I want to say we were like 19, 20,
Mhm.
and I used to have the responsibility of cleaning people's greens at Thanksgiving time. So Aunt Sandra needed me to clean her greens. So
Mhm.
we were driving together and I was going to Aunt Sandra's house to clean her greens and the roads were really bad. It was icy and we were on Southfield Freeway, the bridge. You know, the bridge from 96 to get on Southfield Freeway. And it
Yep.
was really icy and I had a Sebring. And my car was kind of sliding and he kind of like, and I was like, oh my God. And he kind of reached over and touched my hand and was like, just keep driving, it'll be fine. And in that moment, I felt completely fine. I was not nervous anymore. I was completely calm. I believed everything he said, like, it's gonna be fine, just keep driving. And that's when I knew, like, I am in love with him. Like, before I'd said I loved you and I knew I loved, but I knew at that point that I was absolutely in love and it was real.
Wow. And then so coming up now, was there any perils from the conflicting backgrounds as far as, single parent household versus two parent households? Because that's two different cultures that you
Mhm.
guys grew up
Mhm,
in, right? And while you had a
mhm,
familial love going on, it wasn't like you lacked love, Dee
mhm,
Dee,
no.
but
Mhm,
it is different from being able to, because when you don't have your dad around like that, right?
mhm.
It can tend to have it gives trust issues sometimes, even when the guy's not, giving us signs that that should happen. Did you ever face any issues with those things?
Not with that in particular, it was more, I'll say, because I had saw my mom do everything so independently. So it
Mm,
was kind of that, like, allowing another person to take care of me because
mm,
Alan is like, he comes from a very traditional family. Like, his grandmother is Mexican. So they're very traditional, where it's very traditional roles. But even though my
mhm,
mom was alone, she still was very old fashioned and traditional in that way where she cooked dinner every night. We had routine. It was very disciplined household, but she did everything on her own. So I guess it was different in allowing somebody else to kinda be my partner. It was a
mm.
struggle in, learning how to have a partner and have a healthy partnership and not be so, I could just do it by myself."
Wow. And that is a lesson that I know had to be very hard for you as a teenager, when that's a hard lesson for people in my age. Now,
Mhm,
that's a peril that grown women have. Like, not
mhm,
saying that you weren't grown at 19, but that's something that's a real thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and say the
mhm.
cuss word that a lot of women don't like, because at the end of the day, marriage requires submission.
Oh, mhm,
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and a lot of that, a lot of that was me telling her, "Okay, it's okay. This how we gonna do this,
mhm,
and it's okay. Like, it's
mhm,
like,
mhm,
this is how
mhm.
this is how it's gonna go, and it's gonna work out. I promise you."
And that's why at 19 I knew it was real because I'm so strong-willed that a person telling me everything is gonna be okay has never made me feel like it was gonna be okay. The only way I would know something is okay is if I made sure it was okay. So if he could reach over and touch me and say, "It's okay," and I feel comfortable and I believe what he's saying, we built on that, and that took time for me because, like I said, I didn't witness a partnership in that way.
Mm. Another thing that made me want to uh speak to you guys, like, even a few years ago. Well, it was definitely a few years ago. It was something that you had posted. Right, because as you said, you guys have 3 boys,
Mhm.
right? Um, Dalen, Amir, and Alex, right?
Yep.
And, they are growing in a minute, you guys are gonna be like empty nesters. That's crazy. That's gonna be
Alex
nuts.
only 8, don't rush it.
Yeah,
I know, but we gonna he 8 going on 80 though. He act like an
yeah,
old man,
Yes, he does.
yeah.
right? But in a minute, y'all will be. But what made me want to really talk to you was something that you had posted a few years ago. You said this is when Dalen was going to prom, right?
Mhm.
And you posted the baby that was waiting on me the night after prom. I just watched going to prom. And
Yeah.
that brought me to tears, like just watching it. And it was just like so powerful, right?
Mhm.
So, and a lot of times when people are when you see kids that are in love, right? In high school, it's just puppy
Mhm.
love, it's counted out, is diminished, it's hey, y'all are moving too fast, or hey, you're
Mhm.
going down a road that's gonna lead to destruction. Hey,
Mhm.
you're going down something that's gonna be uh basically an end to your life. And a lot of people
Mhm.
think that having a baby in high school, right,
Mhm,
is
Mhm.
something that is going to be an anchor that people can barely get off their necks. It can be
mhm,
devastating to people,
Mhm.
mhm.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
But I want to know how, and I think a lot of people want to know, why was it different from you for you guys? 'Cause it seemed like that was the seed. You know, Dalen was
Yeah.
like the seed to the love that you guys continue to grow even to this day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So why was it
Yeah.
different?
Well, we had a lot of support from my family, his parents, my mom, and we both too were determined. Because, like you said, so many people, once they learned about Dalen's existence, counted us out.
Mm,
Um, he on the basketball team, I'm the salutatorian, and after that, it's like, "Oh, you're having a baby in high school, and you're not gonna amount to anything."
mm,
And I even had a conversation with somebody in our family, and they were like, "Oh, you're not gonna be able to go to college now, you have a baby." And I knew that, yeah, we have our baby, this is the baby we're gonna have, and he's gonna come along on this ride with us. We're gonna go everywhere we said we were gonna go, and he's gonna be right there with
mhm,
us. And we were just determined. And we weren't trying to prove anybody wrong. We just wanted to prove ourselves right, that
mhm.
we could still do everything we had planned. And our son was still gonna have the life he deserved too. And that he was gonna come along this ride with us, and we was all gonna grow up together. And that's what happened.
And that's exactly what happened. You kinda grow up with them,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Yeah, he was our
What
little
was it
buddy.
like
We
to
still
be
call him buddy.
right? Even though
yeah.
he's 6 feet something.
Yeah,
6
Yeah, 21.
6 feet
He's our
something,
buddy.
right?
yeah.
So Alan, what was it like to find out you were gonna be a dad in
Oh,
high
man.
school?
Uh, it was scary. I got a funny story about that. So, we were, so we were keeping it under wraps for a while, and, her mom finally found out. So, she calls me, and she says, "You got 1 day. You either tell your parents or I'm calling and telling them." So, I'm like, "Oh, here we go. I gotta go have a conversation."
Mhm.
So, yeah, I went and told my parents, and then, I got a talking to, and then we took the steps forward from there,
Mhm.
and it worked out. Everything worked out.
Yeah.
So, but
It
I was
was
scared.
yeah, but
I
it was
was
amazing watching him be a dad, even if because you don't think that they fall into that role because he was so young, but
Uh-huh.
I don't feel like he struggled with that at all. Like, he wanted Dalen with him, even when Dalen was like 2 months. Like, me and him were arguing over like keeping
She got
Dalen
mad at me. She
because
said, "You keeping my baby. You won't bring him back."
yeah, because
I said, "What is this?" I said, "What?" Your
because
mom even had to get on you about that, didn't
yeah,
you?
cause I'm when it comes to the boys, like, I'm very like, I can't be away from them for too long, and so it was just that new mom anxiety, but we didn't live together at that point because we both lived with our parents, and
Mhm.
he enjoyed so much having Dalen with him, and it was, like, clashing, like, this not everything again, it's that independence, like, "This is my baby, I don't wanna share
Right.
my baby." But he enjoyed it so much, and watching him be a dad, especially growing up without a dad, seeing that relationship has oh my I feel so blessed to be able to watch that, just to be a part of it. Sometimes I just
Yeah.
sit back and watch him with the boys. It's one of my favorite things to watch.
Mm. You know what? Because he's really good with them. You know,
Mhm.
you gotta be one of the most patient, people on the
Yes.
planet.
Yes.
Al, I definitely, agree with that because it's like,
You
no.
learn it. You learn
Yeah.
it. You
Well,
learn it.
that's good. That's great because when you think about, the fact that you guys, got married when you did, when did you know, "Okay, I'm about to pop the question because y'all was doing this,
Oh, yeah, let's hear about this.
yeah, you was doing the okay teenage parents thing, and you're living with your parents. I'm living with my parents. We got the support thing. When did you decide? Okay, I'm gonna make this marriage.
Um, and I get flack for this all the time because, yeah, I didn't do a traditional proposal. And I have to give her one. I didn't do one. I didn't. Um,
He
I, s-
basically just told me.
yeah, I said we should get married. So it wasn't like a traditional get on your knee,
Mhm.
kind of. I was young.
He's a but no, he's a man
I,
of few words, you know that about him. Don't
Yeah,
say
I was
much.
about to say, but that's classic
and
Alan.
I was already nervous about what people would think, like my parents,
Mhm.
so I was kind of like I was worried about that, but I knew it was something that I wanted to do.
Hmm.
So I just said we should plan to get married. That's how That's how I brought it to her. So it wasn't. I still get. I'm still in trouble for that to this day. But
It's
I'm
not in trouble. I
I'm
just
gonna
tease him
give her.
about it.
I'm gonna give her the right
I
proposal
just tease him
at
about it.
some
He
point.
not in trouble for it. I just tease him about it.
But yeah, I knew. But like I said, I knew I was gonna marry her when I was 15.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, 2
did.
weeks in, you
I
had a
did.
veil on in his
Yeah.
head and you ain't even know.
I
Yeah.
did.
But you know what? It's even though we had Dalen and we had lived together at that point, it was a lot of people that did not support like us getting married, which was strange. And I even had one of our aunts tell it. So Alan grew up Catholic. I grew up Baptist.
Uh-huh.
And one of my aunts told me that we would be unevenly yoked if we got married because I had no plans to convert to Catholicism.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, I didn't care if he convert. Like to me, your relationship with God is your relationship with God.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I'll attend any church. I've gone to Catholic churches when we lived on the east side. We both attend the Baptist church now. But to claim to be Catholic or Baptist, I don't think either of us, do. So
Yeah.
yeah, and with his parents, they wanted us to plan more for our future before we got married. So it was
Uh-huh.
just we did get a lot of flack for getting married, but again, I'm strong-willed, and we're both it's like it's never about proving anybody wrong, it's just proving ourselves right and going along the path that God has for us and that we've chosen for ourselves.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's just
Did
my.
you
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead,
Oh
Al.
no, that was just my parents not knowing that I had this figured out already.
Mhm.
I had it figured out, and I was young. I get it. Why they would question it or think that, but I had it figured out.
Mhm.
So one other thing I admire about you guys' relationship is how you support each other, right? We see how you guys like you built and supported each other. Like whether she was going to school, you was, she was working. How did this dynamic? How did you guys, plan that dynamic of now? Because all the time the boys are coming, but y'all still
Mhm.
are going to school. You're dreaming. You didn't quite make it to Johns Hopkins, but you still became an RN, right? You're basically a doctor anyway, right? But the fact, seeing you guys, balance each other out, support each other, that's something that communication level on some for you guys so young with small kids, you know what I mean, it was amazing to see because you see couples crumble under the weight of the logistics that it takes to run a home. Why was it
Mhm.
different for you guys?
I think a lot of it has to do I know a lot of people don't like a lot of it has to do with if you think about the way traditional relationships ran in the past, um they had clear defined roles. And so it was if you know your path, you could just follow along that path. And so for us, we always had a defined role. So when I stopped working and Alan was working and I was going to school full time to become a nurse, like that was my role. I was a student. I had Dalen, but his grandmother would, keep him sometimes so that, I could go to school and he can go to work, and that was our defined roles at the time. And so I would cook dinner while he was at work. He'd come home, he had food. And then once I graduated, I think that's when did we have a mirror a little bit before I graduated nursing school? I think so. We had a mirror. And then we did have a mirror because the boys are all 6 years apart. So we planned
Mhm.
them out pretty well. That's another
We had
thing.
a mirror before you started nursing school.
Did we?
Yeah,
Okay.
mirror. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so that's who
Yeah, he
his
had a
grandma was
mirror when
keeping
I
a mirror.
started
That's
my
what it was.
job. Yeah,
Dalen was in
That's
school.
what
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all a blur now.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
All
but
these
that's
years.
another thing too, we planned the boys out. So the boys are all 6 years apart.
Mhm.
Like, we
So you
didn't
planned except for Dalen. Dalen wasn't playing.
Well, yeah,
But
because we had him so young,
uh-huh,
yeah.
I I wasn't in a position just to
have
have
another.
another kid.
Mhm,
So we waited 6 years. It just happened to be 6 years
mhm. When we was ready to have them.
when I was ready financially and,
Uh-huh.
when I could support another kid.
Mhm.
That's when it just so happened Alex was 6 years after that.
Yeah.
We didn't plan it.
Well, we
It
planned Alex too.
Well, we did, but
Mhm,
you just came to me one day and just said, we should try again
mhm.
for
'Cause
another kid.
we always been trying for this girl
Yeah.
that we never got.
Y'all gave up on the girl and got the
Yeah.
goddaughter.
Well, the
Now
last
y'all
one
got
we
Serena.
agreed, we said whether it's a boy or a girl, we're done. Just
Yeah,
thorough.
yeah, we know. Yeah.
Another boy.
I just knew
Yeah.
y'all was gonna have another one though. I was like, Alex not gonna
No,
be the
Nah,
he's
last one.
done.
nah.
Because actually, when I found out, I knew it was gonna be. If we had a started and kept going younger, we probably would have done 4.
Mm,
Mhm.
But it was after Alex. It was time, and then the type of baby Alex was. If he had been the first, he would have been the last.
mm.
Oh yeah. I get it. I get it.
Um. So yeah, it was. Yeah, we planned them out. Like I said, I think we had clear defined roles throughout it. We've been very disciplined in our in achieving our goals. Even our newest goal that we started, which is Alan's business, it's been a lot of discipline involved in that. So just defining like, okay, who's going to do what? How are we going to do this? How are we going to add this to the responsibilities that we already have, and also being able to juggle the boys and their activities, because that plays a big part into it too. And because people ask like, what's the hardest part of marriage? And to me, it's been parenting.
Yeah.
The parenting is so nothing in the marriage itself. And so what about because you guys are essentially best friends,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I
Yeah.
think that's a fundamental element of you guys' relationship. The fact that you do have a friendship that is
Hmm.
undeniable, because
Hmm.
y'all like to spend time with each other.
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
it's like y'all they just like to be with each other, and it is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
genuine. And then when they around, it's like if Dee Dee around, it's like we're Cap. And it's like
Right.
with Cap around, it's like we're Dee Dee. Like it's like
Right.
Hmm.
you get y'all a package deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hmm.
And it's
Right.
like if you see one without the other, best believe almost certainly
One
the
of them
other
at
one
work.
will right, or they're on the way. Oh, he had to
Yeah.
swing
They
by
on the
Yeah.
and
way.
On
he
the
Yep.
way.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
no,
mostly
they
him
on
coming
the
from
way.
work.
Yep.
Or he at the gym,
Yep.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. At
Yep.
the gym.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or he at the gym, right? What
But
business are you?
he got me in the gym for the last couple of years.
Oh, he got you to go with him. You said you didn't like to work out with him, so now you like to.
Well, so what happened? We went to Jamaica on a family vacation, and my back, our family had back problems, and my back went out. And
Mm,
I was like, I can't see a world where I can. I love to walk, I love to move around, and I'm like, I can't see a world where I'm not as active as I need to be. So he's been telling me for years that it's just about strength training, building up the muscles around your bones to support. So I'm listening, because listening is not my strong suit. So
Yeah.
so I started listening to him, and I even go by myself now, but yesterday morning, Valentine's Day, we both got up and we went to the gym together.
well, and look at you guys still like the evolution of your relationship is I think the another thing that is worth highlighting, because a lot of times what happens in relationship, people grow apart.
Mhm.
And you
Mhm.
guys started so young, you are growing together.
Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
because of the friendship that you have, the way that you support each other, and be able to see, okay, this is what you needed then, but this is
Mhm.
what you need now. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mhm.
And to
Mhm.
be able
Yeah. Yeah.
to support each other that way is just such a beautiful thing, and it's just
Mhm.
seamless from year to year, from
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
from
it's not really,
milestone.
it's not
Yeah.
seamless,
Yeah.
because you
Okay,
go
so
through,
what is it? Let me know.
you have your ups and downs, and you have to, because we are both totally different people than we
Mhm.
were when we were 15,
Right.
different people than we were when we were 25. We're
Mhm.
different people than we were when we were 35. But I used to have this dream when we were in our 20s that I was cheating on him with him. And I didn't, yeah, yeah, it was like a dream to
Yeah.
where,
I ain't get that either.
yeah,
I ain't.
so it was because, so I'm gonna tell you something about men. They have a lot of phases that they go through between like 15 and like before they get to 30. Alan changed so much. Like every few years he was a different person. Like he was growing as a man. And
Mhm.
like I feel like women, we mature so early, and we're kind of like set in who we are. Although we evolve and we become better, men go through a lot more changes as it like growing up all the way up until they're 30. And so when I was having this dream that I was cheating on him with him, it was because I was falling in love with the new person that he was becoming every couple of years.
Wow.
And I just continued to, and like people always think that like, oh, it's y'all the perfect relationship, y'all. It's
Yeah.
nothing is
Nothing's
perfect.
perfect.
Nothing
Yeah.
It's
is
just
perfect,
that
right?
I genuinely like
Yeah.
him. I like my husband.
Yeah.
I like him as a person. So when he does change and he becomes this new person, I'm like, okay, I'm getting to know somebody new. Who is this new person that you are this year?
What a great way to look at it though.
Mhm.
Cause
Mhm.
it's like sometimes we don't like change so much that we won't allow people in our lives to grow.
Right.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
one, it's a fear of our own growth. And I think
Yeah.
what helps you guys is that you both want to grow and develop
Right.
Mhm.
individually and
Right.
collectively. And
Mhm.
so if you dealing with somebody and all I want to grow, because I've seen that in so many relationships where one person is growing and the other person kind of grows like resentful
Mhm.
and jealous
Mhm.
because they're
Yeah.
stagnant. That's
Mhm.
a terrible dynamic to have to
Right.
be in.
Yeah.
When I was getting my Google on, right, and looking at relationships, right,
Mhm.
um, it was saying that some of the top reasons for divorce include 73 to 75% is like lack of commitment. People just don't want to commit, right?
Mhm.
And then 55 to 60% was infidelity.
Mhm.
56 to 57% was conflict and arguing, and 22 to 24% was financial, right?
Mm.
And it's
Mhm.
like, well, all those little things, right? Because at the end of the day, it's always going to be something. But if
Mhm.
you, I think the number one thing is communication.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I feel like that the fact that you guys are able to talk through whatever is
Mhm.
going on has
Mhm.
set you guys apart in your relationship.
Mhm.
But have you heard of the 3-3-3 marriage rule? Have you heard of those?
I
Have you heard
haven't.
of that? It's
Mm-mm.
called the 3-by-3 rule or the 3-3-3 marriage rule. This is something I looked up, okay? I seen this.
Okay.
And it says that a couple should dedicate 3 hours weekly of quality time together, such as
Mhm.
date nights, 3 hours weekly for individual or long time, and 3 hours 3 times a week, date nights such as that. I think you guys surpassed that tremendously, first of all. Right?
Yeah.
But the fact
Yeah.
that I think what it boils down to, the intentionality of
Yeah.
being, of having time for yourself and for each
Mhm.
other. Do you guys spend a lot of time like really saying, "Hey, this is what I need," and communicating that to each other? Or
Yeah.
is it something that you just are able to read off each other?
Especially if it's been a minute
Yeah.
to where like, okay, we need to,
'Cause you just did that recently.
yeah, like
Yeah.
we need to go hang out,
Yeah.
just me and you, and go have
Mhm.
a good time. So yeah,
Ye
you always know. I always know when it's time. Like,
Mhm.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
How
like
do
you
you
said,
know
it's
when it's time?
we ain't done it in a while. Like when we haven't, and then we just been us with the kids, and when it's, I think back, if I can't remember when last time we went out, just me and her, I'm like, okay, we need to
Mhm.
plan something.
Mhm. And I'm
Yeah.
always in such go, go, go
Yep.
mode. And he knows he like I put me to like we going on a date to do, and then I always get super excited
Hmm.
and I want to plan what I'm aware what I'm aware and where we gonna go. Because you do forget about, like you said, when you got the kids and you got work and you got business, you forget about those things because you're just going along with everyday life, and then he'll bring it up, and I'm like, and I get super excited, like, yeah, I want to do that, I want to go out, I want to go on a date, and then I want to plan my outfit. Okay, what should I wear? What kind of date we going on? Where we gonna go?
Like with anything, it's work. You
Mm-hmm.
got to be
It's work.
intentional. You got to take the time out
Mm-hmm.
you got to set that aside to have that quality time.
When God put people together, it's supposed to
Yeah.
look like
Yeah.
fruitfulness.
Mm.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's the more I learn about God, you see how he work, and it's just like, oh,
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
we think, oh, I'm just supposed to have a person because I don't want to be lonely. Like that's not why
Right.
God putting people together.
Right.
No, and you know what? Somebody after we first got married, I was at the store and the girl had asked. She was like, "Mom," and I was with my mom, and she was like, "Oh, you just got married?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "How is it?" And I'm like, "I don't. It's just it's the same. I don't know." But maybe like a year after we were married, we had so many more blessings, and you don't realize it until afterwards. So you get so many blessings after you get married, and it's
Mm.
it opens up a whole different door.
Hmm.
So marriage has been such a blessing, and yeah, I wish more people would try it.
Cause
Yeah.
if people don't think that it's a difference. Cause I always say,
Well,
oh, It's just a piece of paper. I don't need no piece of paper to love you
No,
type of thing.
No, it's so like you just can't even. I can't even tell you what exactly it is. I do know like home ownership came along with it. Financial stability came along with it. Different levels of even new levels of intimacy came with marriage, and you just
Mm,
don't. And nobody tells you about it because you can't really. It's not something you can really verbalize.
yeah.
So
Wow.
it's something to be experienced. I'll say that. It's something to be experienced.
Because people not gonna understand it unless you experience it a lot of time.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, because that's one of those things. It's like, okay, what's the difference? Because people just think it's a piece of paper, and no, it's a
No.
It's
covenant.
so much more than that. It's so much more than that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
and
still a
God
lot of
gonna
work that
honor
goes
it.
along with it. It's because with that, like I said, anytime you put in that work, you do get a lot of reward for it.
Mhm.
So you do have to put in the work to get those rewards, but it's so worth it.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing because, people, they don't think it's a difference. It's a
No,
difference.
it is. It is a difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you got so many people that's girlfriends that's trying to play wife. You're not a wife,
Yeah.
hon, until
Yeah.
you're a wife. Mhm.
I don't like when women do that to themselves. It's unfair. And a man will accept it because I mean, who don't want somebody to take care of them?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the lack of
Yeah.
commitment.
Right.
Yeah.
People
Right.
don't want commitment. They just
Yeah.
want the benefits of
Right.
covenant without the covenant.
Right.
But if you get but if they're receiving it, what's their incentive?
Right.
Right.
That
Yeah.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
It's
yeah.
a greasy world out here. It's greasy
Yep.
Mhm. Mhm.
and fleshy.
Yep.
Greasy
Yeah,
and fleshy.
everybody out for themselves. They don't know how to be
Mhm.
selfless.
Yeah.
Yes. And you know
Mhm.
what? I was looking at this podcast earlier today when they were saying how marriage is about servants to one another.
Mhm.
We don't look
Yeah.
at it. People don't, and a lot of people in this, a lot of people in this world today, they don't want to serve another person.
No.
they want to use another person. What
Right.
can I
Yeah.
do to I'll get with you so that I don't have to do
Right.
this,
Mhm.
or so you can take care of me, or so I only have to pay half of the bills, or I only have
Right.
to take care of half of the kid, or whatever the situation is.
Mhm.
They're not
Right.
looking at it like, hey, I want to serve you. And that's
Right.
how it's
Yeah.
supposed to be biblically.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
it is. And I think that's why it was so easy for us because we got together so young. So it's like having that because when you're a kid, you don't pay attention to romance.
Right.
So you build off that familial love for each other. So you're already treating them like their family. So you
Hmm.
want them to be happy. You want to do things that will make them happy. You don't want to disappoint them. You don't want to hurt them. You want to respect them because this is your family.
Right.
And so we've always felt like family to each other. So we're not doing anything to disrespect each other or to hurt each other. And we're trying to build each other up, help each other meet our goals.
And y'all do.
Yeah.
Y'all meet. Y'all do.
Yeah.
Y'all meet. Y'all meet them every. That's
Because
what's up.
if he win, I win.
That's
And vice versa.
And that's how
Yep.
it's
And vice
and
versa.
it's so many couples that are in competition with each other.
Yeah.
That's just strange to me. I just don't even
It is
understand that.
That's
weird.
different.
It
Yeah.
is weird to see,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
even
That's
as
different.
a spectator, so I can imagine being in it.
Yeah.
And like that's the benefit of being married, right? Like what you have is
Yeah.
mine, and what I have is yours.
Mhm.
So
And when you
Yeah.
look good, we look good.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
But that's something
Like,
different we do. Like, we don't have separate money either.
Right.
And I know that's why when you mentioned one of those reasons people get divorced is like finances. Like,
mhm.
we don't have separate
And
finances.
and I'm not judging people that do
Right.
because we got together so young, it was easy to do that because we
Mhm.
we kind of built everything together. Like if you get with somebody and y'all already established, like somebody that's older, it's kind of harder to join your finances, and I understand that, to
Mhm.
put
Yeah,
everything in one pot, that's hard because
yeah,
you like, I've been doing this my way a certain time, and you doing how you doing it, so
Right.
it ain't really gonna work a lot of times.
Right.
yeah,
So
it should be the rules that soberly establish yourself. Like, let's
Yeah.
go
right,
in and do it this way because this will
Mhm.
right,
work best for us in this
right,
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It's
right,
not saying, "Hey, this is the only way to do it." for
Yeah.
Right.
your marriage to work.
Because
But
we've been around people that said I had to borrow money from my husband, I gotta pay him back,
mm,
and that was just like a foreign concept to me,
Yeah, I
like,
can wrap my head around that.
I didn't
I would
understand
always be
that,
borrowing his money if that
but
was
it's but it's your money, it's our money, like,
it's
it's,
our money, right?
right,
Yeah,
so it's,
yeah. But it's like you said, whatever works for
yeah,
somebody.
whatever
You just gotta
works, yeah,
find out what works for your
yeah,
marriage.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
then it depends on the person. And my
Mhm.
thing is it don't matter what you apply to it if you not with the right person. Because
Mhm.
whether I got separate bank accounts or whether I got a joint bank account,
right,
if I married you and you a drug addict, it don't matter. It's
Yeah.
gonna still go awry.
Mhm.
If you
Yeah.
still a shopaholic, it's still gonna impact us in a negative
yep,
way.
it
Yeah.
You
is,
know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I think people gotta be realistic about the person they choose to.
yep,
Yes.
that too,
Yeah.
yep,
Mhm.
And I think one
yep,
thing that I admire about y'all is that y'all was both able to choose so wisely so early.
I that's
I
God,
mean,
Yeah.
you was 15 years old 2 weeks in, like, oh, she organized. You know
yeah,
what I mean? What 15-year-old? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
Would
yeah,
look at that. And then even at 19, Dee Dee, you was like, I feel safe with him. You
Yeah.
know, it wasn't like, oh, he a basketball star. It was
Mhm.
I feel safe with him. I trust him
Mhm.
to lead me.
To
And
lead
you
me.
were
Yep.
able to come to that at that
Mhm.
early age.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah.
difference. Because
Yeah.
people pick wrong. They pick the wrong
Mhm.
person. And
mhm,
then
Mhm.
I don't care what you try to apply, what principles you try to apply to the wrong person, it's
yeah,
not
Right.
gonna work.
it ain't
No.
gonna stick,
Yeah.
no,
It's not
But
gonna
but
stick.
also too, what we didn't have to go through that a lot of people have to go through when you experience just from what I've observed, when women experience heartbreak and men experience heartbreak, it changes who they are and they become
Oh,
different people. We
oh
never
yeah.
had to go through that. We were basically like growing up and raising each other and like leading each other with love. So
Mm,
if you're not breaking my heart, I'm not becoming this jaded woman or this, resentful woman. And
mhm,
that's saying respect. If I'm respecting him, he doesn't have a lack of respect for women in that way. So we
mm.
kind of always respected each other and allowed each other to grow to become healthy adults.
Yeah, and I
And a
didn't
lot of
even
people
think of
don't
that.
get have that grace.
Yeah, because you're right, those experiences change us whether we wanna acknowledge them
Yeah.
or not. Even if we forgive the person, it's still
Mhm.
a learn you learn from those things. We
Yeah.
teach those people teach us things about
Yeah.
ourselves and about
Yeah.
other people, and we apply it as we go on. So, yeah,
Mhm.
that's a great point.
mhm,
Yeah.
I mean, and what a beautiful thing though to not have to not have to just have a clean slate like that and have your first person be your person.
Mhm.
That's
mhm,
God has favored you guys.
yeah,
That is
Yeah, he
beautiful.
he had we trust me, we don't try not to acknowledge it. We acknowledge it all the time. We are grateful to be blessed, and we know that it's a blessing because we know not everybody has it. So we
Mhm.
try to appreciate we definitely try to appreciate it and show God that we appreciate him bringing us together and allowing us to grow and build on what he has blessed us with because it's
Mm.
nothing we've done on our own. All glory to him.
mhm,
Amen. Love it. One thing
important,
that I've learned about God, right? Whether he is calling people to because like marriage, just like singleness is a calling, right? Not
Mhm.
everybody is called to marriage, right? Not
Mhm.
everybody is called to be single, right?
Mhm.
But I think whatever he calls you to, he does it for a reason, right?
Yeah.
It's not just, hey, I want you to have a happy family, right? There's some
Mhm.
kind of assignment attached to your marriage. Have you guys discovered what that is? What God means to do through your marriage?
I think the example of love and commitment.
mhm,
Mhm.
I do. Only because I know that's what so many people have told us that's what they get. Because we're never trying to put on any airs or fronts for people, but people always come to us just like you do, and like this is what I see when I see your relationship. Like, we definitely get a lot out of it, of course, because it's our marriage,
Mhm.
but the fact that other people get that, they
Yeah.
get to feel that love and commitment and kinda want to be committed to something themselves and wanna
Mhm.
find that, I think that has a lot to do with it. I think he has more for us to discover,
Mhm.
because we're in a like, we've been together over 20 years now, so we are moving into a real grown-up phase, in our relationship now that's deeper than just, like, attraction and passion. It's evolved into so much more. So,
Mhm.
I
So
think it's other things for us to learn from it too.
yeah, it's always good when you could be an example or be an inspiration to other
Mhm,
people, you know. That's always good.
mhm,
Yeah. I think it's definitely worth saying that you should consider your love not just a part of your legacy, which I think it is,
mhm,
but also your ministry, right?
mhm,
Because when you think of how you can encourage just by loving each other, because as the more I learned about being a Christian, it's not so much about your doing, it's about your being, right?
mhm,
That's one of the most important lessons that I think we can learn. And, just by being there, and I actually had set time up in my prayer life to just ask God to be a blessing to people just by being myself. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like
yep,
allow my life to be a blessing to somebody else, just from me
mhm,
being. You know what I mean? And I think that's what you guys do. You guys, just by being, just by not trying to prove everybody else right, but just trying to prove yourselves right, that you
mhm,
you know who it is that you love, and that
mhm,
you are willing to love this person until your last breath, and that you're going to do it
mhm,
with all your might every day for your whole life. You know what
mhm,
I mean? And start young and been doing it and are still doing it. You know what I mean? That kind of passion is spiritual, and it takes strength of God to do it.
yeah,
You know what I
It does.
mean?
mhm,
So I definitely look forward to seeing all that God is going to continue to do um within you guys' relationship. And I believe that, like you said, Dee Dee, there is going to be a more apparent assignment for you guys'
mhm,
marriage. And I'm looking forward to you guys. And I think maybe this conversation was to plant that seed,
Mhm.
because God is
mhm,
intentional.
Right.
And
yeah,
maybe that's what I was supposed to be talking to you guys for, so that you
Mhm.
can just be on the lookout for what he's going to do next with this wonderful and just beautiful love that you guys have just not only found, but you have flourished in.
mhm,
And I'm just very proud of you. I'm very proud of, you
Thank you.
know, your boys, how the product of your love is just so beautiful. And it's just
thank
getting
you.
started.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
is.
just it's just getting started,
Yep.
you
Yep.
know? And so I'm just very excited about that. But when you think of your own legacy, the legacy that you guys are building, and I'm going to ask you both to speak to this, right?
Mhm.
When you think about the legacy that you want to leave, not just with your love, but with your life, right? What do you
Mhm.
think that is? I'm going to start with you, Dee Dee.
As you could probably tell, because I'm a nurse, it's always been to help people. Like that, I take a lot of pride in that. I take a lot of pride in being able to settle someone when they're upset or heal someone when they're sick. That's always been my big thing. I started with my family. I was always the one help, like my mom burned her hand. I'm like, okay, we're gonna figure out how to get this better before we get her to the ER. So
Mhm.
that's my passion, and I know that's why God has me here, to be a healer for people and to help. And I tell the boys that all the time. If you're not helping somebody, at least don't hurt them,
Mhm.
because we are here to be here for each other and to help each other. And so that's my passion. Um, and that's what I hope. That's the legacy I hope I leave on this world. That I was always willing to help somebody.
Love it.
Yeah. And speaking to
Cap.
that, it's pretty much the same thing. Treat everybody with respect.
Hmm.
I always tell my kids, you see somebody getting bullied, you stand up for them. Don't, just treat everybody with respect,
Hmm.
love everybody, you know, and be a good person. Really,
Yeah.
that's the most important thing.
Hmm.
If I can instill that, I'm good. I did a good job. So
And I promise y'all, that's the exact same answer that Captain America would say if he was here. That is why he is Captain America right there. That is why. But, I appreciate you guys taking the time out to talk to me today.
we appreciate
Uh,
you.
Yeah. Thanks for wanting to talk
this
to us. We kind of boring.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
are not boring. Y'all are not boring. And listen, I always say I'm boring. I don't believe people be wanting to talk to me. Every time somebody say yes when I invite them on the show, I'm like, you will?
Oh no,
Like,
I
oh,
love your conversations.
Oh man,
I love your
I was
conversations.
like, I'm down. I said, Marlene, I said, yeah. I said, I definitely come on there.
I
Yep.
appreciate y'all. Thank
I
y'all
was
so
surprised
much.
he agreed to it. I was kind of because you know me, I'm down to talk anytime. I was surprised that he agreed to it so readily. I'm thinking of all the excuses I would have to come up with to try to get him to agree to it. He immediately said yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I really believe we were supposed to have this talk, and I think it was for the reason that I said there. I think that this is going to mark, and we gonna have it. It's gonna be out on the internet now, right? But
Yeah.
this is going
Yeah.
to mark a significant time in you guys's love in your lives. And once again, just like being a guest at your wedding, I'm privileged to be just in the audience. And speaking of your wedding, I wanted to do this right because I took these off my refrigerator today that they've been
What?
on there forever, right? Y'all,
Oh, the magnets.
I still have them. I
That's the
still have
save
the
the date and
magnet.
that's the thank you.
The save the date and the thank you took it
Yeah.
right off the refrigerator today. I'm already saying I'm gonna put a larger picture so you guys can see this. But this is this this didn't start you guys' love, but it was definitely a significant
Hmm.
day. And I think
Yeah.
that today is going to be a significant conversation to what God is going to do going forward. So I'm glad that we have this recorded. I'm glad that it's going to be out in the universe so we'll be able to look back on it and see what God is going to do through you guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And then when
Yeah,
you
so
when it really blow up and everybody knows how great it is like we do, you'll have us on again.
of course I will.
Oh yeah, we'll come
Like,
on
yeah,
again.
Cap gonna come
Yeah.
on again. You see that?
Yeah.
You heard it,
Yeah.
everybody. He go
Yep.
he gonna come on again. I know God started this podcast, not Marley, because Cap is ready to come back again already.
Well, we gonna
Okay?
make him talk more next time. He can't look at me for all that.
It was only a
He was looking
couple.
like,
It was only a couple. It was only a couple.
you did good, Cap. You
It
did
was only a
good.
couple.
You did good. It is okay. It is okay. But I thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Listen, I wanted to have I featured two couples for this month of love in February 2026. And of course, I'm closing out the month with you guys, and I think it was appropriate to do so because you guys are just an example of love that you just don't see everywhere. Also while I was Googling, I saw that 2% of high school sweethearts end up together like
That's
that.
Oh
Like,
crazy.
wow.
success less than 2%. So
That's
you
crazy.
Wow.
guys are an even more anomaly than you could ever have thought, right? And no matter what your friends said, you are high school sweethearts because you've been
Uh-huh.
dating since high school. I don't think you had to
Mhm.
be in the same high school for you to be high school sweethearts.
Nah.
Just for
Right.
the record, I did want to put that out there. But this is definitely a beautiful love. This is a love that's ordained by God, and this is a love that God is just he still has so much more to do through. So I'm excited to see it. Okay.
Thank
Thank
So
you.
you.
before
Thank you.
no problem. Before we leave, I'm gonna close us out in prayer and
Okay.
just I love you guys.
I love
We
you.
love
We
you
love
too.
you.
All right,
All
here
right, we
we
ready.
go. Heavenly Father, God, we thank you, God, for this moment. We thank you, God, for you, God. We thank you for being God. We thank you that you're the same God yesterday, today, and forever. We come to you right now just thankful for you being in this conversation. We believe in our whole hearts that this is a moment that you ordained, that you're in the
Yes.
midst and that you're going to bless it and that you're already blessing it, God. I thank you right now for my cousins. I thank you for their union. I thank you for their love. I thank you for the product of their love, my little cousins that are thriving and just flourishing in their own walks of life. I thank you, God, in advance for the wives that you're creating for for my cousins. I pray
Wow.
that their hearts are turned to you and that their legacy of love that is starting in Dee Dee and Allen is going to continue in their boys. And I thank
Yes.
you, God, that you have more in store for the union that you put together, God. I pray that you will keep them together, that you will bless them and that you will allow them to be a conduit for so many people that you bless through their
Yes.
love and through the ministry of their union. So I thank you, God, for what you've already done. I thank you that what you're doing in this moment, and I thank you for what you're going to do. In Jesus' name, I do pray. Amen.
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 Thank you.
Thank you
That was
guys
beautiful.
so much. This has been amazing.
Uh, walk with me, talk with me. What you know about God? Will He ride with me? Come and open my eyes for me. Hear my story. Show me more what's in store. And once more, listen, homie, can you walk with me, talk with me? What you know about God? Will He ride with me? Come and open my eyes.